In Consumer Watch, a new year will bring new charges for some owners of electric vehicles. Not the kind of charges they want either. It's part of an effort to offset losses from declining gas taxes. And some are arguing that the charges are actually unfairly punishing average drivers who are simply choosing a more environmentally sustainable car. So David Lieb joins us now from Jefferson City, Missouri. He's a government and political reporter for the Associated Press. So listen, I remember there was a time that municipalities were encouraging people in a way to buy these electric cars because you were getting tax breaks, or maybe, you get a break on getting a charger put in front of your house. Now it seems like we're going in the opposite direction. What types of fees are we talking about here?
Well, the fees vary from state, but for example, in Hawaii, there is a new charge of $50 for electric vehicles. In Kansas, it's $100. In Alabama and Ohio, it's $200.
So what exactly are state lawmakers hoping to accomplish by implementing these fees? I thought the idea was to encourage people to choose more environmentally friendly options.
That's right, but states are also grappling with the reality that their gas tax revenues are flat and could be declining in the future. Now, electric vehicles right now comprise roughly 2%, or maybe a little less than 2% of new vehicle sales. But that is projected to increase to as much as 20% nationwide in the next decade. State lawmakers simply are looking for a way to bring in money to offset their losses.
So what you described to me is, in some cases, a few $100 here and there. Is the feeling that that would be enough to discourage people from making the leap to an electric car, or the expectation is it shouldn't have much of a dent?
Well, that's the real question that's hanging out there. In many states, lawmakers have tried to find an amount that would roughly offset the dollars they lose in gas taxes. The thought would be that this would make up revenues, but not be so high that it would discourage people from buying an electric vehicle. But that remains to be seen.
So then, how much more money could they really make back? I think electric vehicles made up less than 2% of new vehicle sales in 2018. Could this really make that much of a difference?
But right now, probably not.
Yeah.
States are going to bring in maybe a few $1 million or less on this right now. But what they're really doing is laying the groundwork for the future, because electric vehicle sales are projected to rise significantly in the future. And when that happens, states will be in a position to recoup that money.
So new fees on electric cars are just one of many trends in laws taking effect across the country. What other major laws went into effect this week that we should be keeping an eye on?
Well, there are 21 states that are raising the minimum wage. Illinois became the 11th state to legalize recreational marijuana.
And I heard they did very well in the first 24 hours.
The sales were running strong in Illinois,
Yeah.
Which is an example of societal trends right now, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Are those the two biggies?
Those are some of the biggest ones. There are a few other ones. Take California, for example. They have a new law about when police can use deadly force. They also have a new law that limits exemptions for vaccinations for school children. And guns. Guns are in the news, too. Colorado has a new red flag law. On the other hand, Tennessee went the opposite direction, and it is making it easier for people to get concealed carry permits.
All potential news stories I think we will be talking about in the new year. David Lieb, thank you so much.
You're welcome.